Darryl Hewitt, and I'm from Madison, Indiana. And I play guitar and harmonica sometime, and play all kinds of different styles of music, but I prefer to play my own music. And I play in 67 Sun, and I also play in my own blues band. So, and solo acts sometime, but you know, that's it. I've traveled all over the country, and I've stayed in Madison. I probably did most of my traveling when I was younger. I mean, I'm 57 years old, and I did my first nightclub gig when I was 16, right here in Madison at the Hereford's Lounge, and I got up the next morning and went to school. It was a 6-night-a-week gig then. That's how the bar scene was back in the 80s. There was a lot more nights that a band could get to play. The laws were different. People came out more, it seemed like, during the week. And that was the first place that I got to play. And I went to Madison Consolidated High School right across the road, and was there the next morning for school. Well, when I was young, I traveled a lot and had a lot of offers to play in a lot of bands from out of town, mostly Louisville. But I always kind of stuck with my friends that I played with here. I felt committed to that. I have played with a lot of musicians from out of town in bands, of course we traveled, but then, I got married and had kids, and I had to raise my kids. So I still played on the weekends, or sometimes 5 nights a week. There was a period of time in my life where I worked a day job for probably anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week, and I played 4 nights a week. But I was a lot younger then, and I could handle it then, and there's no way I could do that now. I think the biggest draw that we've had from Madison is the town's a small town, and it's a very beautiful town, and it's a historic town, and Madison has grown into, having 4 or 5 festivals a year, maybe more, I don't know. I can remember when the Chautauqua was just around the Lanier home. It was like that for a long time. And now it's probably the biggest festival that we have, that I see. And it's not a big city where there's a lot of traffic, and it's not a busy place like if you go to New York or Chicago or somewhere like that. I've played in places like that, and I like to go and play my gig and get out of there. Madison's different. You come here, you want to stay here. You want to walk on the river and that kind of thing. I think that draws a lot of people. And of course, we've got good music and stuff like that goes on here. And we've had that for years and years. There's a lot of history about music that goes with Madison. It's been going on for a long time.
I mean, to you, and you know.
I think it's, I like seeing people besides musicians take an interest in the music scene around here. Well, let me take it back. Musicians and bar owners. Because, bar owners have music, and that's who pays us. So it's basically been that way for years. It's good to have more interest and maybe a group that wants to do something, for the music besides, just coming and hearing us and stuff. I think it's great that there's people that support this. Musically, we have some great musicians here in town. I'm not the only guitar player here. We've got, and I'm not going to sit and name them all off because you're going to interview them here probably sooner or later. Some of them are here. We've got great musicians. We've got great drummers in this town. There's just loads of musicians here. And it's been that way. When I was in high school, I started hearing about all the older musicians that were playing out in the bars. And, if I sit down for a couple of days, I could probably write down a ton of names. We've always had that, but I think we haven't ever had anybody. We haven't had that kind of support before. It's always been one for all and all for one, and, that kind of thing.
Now there's opportunities for them.
So I think, I think things can get better. And I think we'll see more of that after everything opens up.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My band.
Yo, tell me about your band.
I'm in with Robert. You just interviewed Robert. And we have a band called 67 Sun. We recorded an album. We have 13 songs on the album. It took us probably a year and a half to record it because we got shut down for a little while. We didn't do any recording or anything, and then we got the album done, and we're getting ready to have a CD release party. Hopefully, we're hoping maybe in June. As soon as we can get something booked, we'll have one here in town. And everything that we play is our own music. Robert Reynolds has wrote most of these songs, or gets the song started. We all contribute, and it's been a blast. And I also have a blues band too, But that's what we've got going. And since we haven't been able to really get out and promote our album and our band live, we've been recording again. So since the first week of January, we went back in the studio and we started recording, and it'll be our second album, but it's going to be a while before the album comes out. We'll probably have 20 some songs recorded by the time that comes around, and we'll have to pick and choose. The blues band I play in, I've played with the guys that I play with. I played with them for a long time. This is a band that doesn't have to rehearse a lot. We've all played for so long that we can go and play, and we all know just a whole lot of cover tunes and old blues songs and classic rock, and that's how that band came together. It's just a bar band. Now the 67 Sun, me and Robert started getting together and just writing and playing acoustic guitars. And we got together with Greg Ziesman. That's who we got with. It was us three, and then we decided to play some electric guitar because Greg was a bass player, and actually so was Robert. And we got a drummer, Mark Bear. And Mark Bear, along with his family, they run and own Bear's Furniture Store. And I've known Mark Bear since grade school and played music with him. I was there when he first started playing drums. He's a great drummer. He's one of the best drummers around. There's a lot of good drummers around. That's how we got together. And then next thing you know, I just kept leading from one. Next thing you know, we played a gig or two, and then we started recording. And we went from there. We've got another bass player, and we've got a keyboard player that comes from Louisville that records with us, David Woodmansey, and he goes by Woody. He plays up here a lot, and that's how we got together. And it's been great.